Alright guys, so welcome to Stoak'd Studio. We are going to create a stamp brush. So one of the cool ways you can do this, if you don't want to create straight from, from your mind or whatever it is go to clip art, black and white, or royalty free black and white, and find yourself a image that's pretty cool. Any of these will do, and then put your own kind of twist on it, change it up a bit, but it gives you a general layout of what you want to use as a stamp. So come out of there, back into Procreate. So this is my duck, Mr. Duck Man. So you are going to basically create a new layer on top. We're going to turn the opacity down on this. Choose a black, get my Stoak'd Studio pen, and then we are going to basically go around this guy. Now you can see how I've gone through the line. That's okay. You don't, when it's inside where you're going to color, to get like a good line weight or connection, make it look smooth. It's okay because you're going to color inside, so that all of that's going to disappear. So if you want to make sure you kind of following all the way around, that's probably the best way of doing it. And then using the shape tool here. If you don't know how to use this, I'll show you in another tutorial. But for now, and then Mr. Duck Nose. Not too bad. Push and pull. I mean, that's better line quality for sure, but alright, just erase that bit, and then we should be good. That's alright. Turn up the eraser a bit. So I want to go a little bit fun here. Give Mr. Ducky a couple of tails. I'll just colour those in now because that'll be easier. And then all you're going to do, oh, nearly forgot the eye. Yeah, that too. Yeah. No, we'll leave it. Okay, so there's Mr. Duck. Getting too into it. Alright, so now you're just going to colour drop on top. And then we got, now you can see like the tail looks a bit me. That's a bit better. Okay. Don't get too excited, Kev. Okay, so color drop everything in. So there's your duck. You now turn this layer off or delete it. You're gonna add a layer on top, and you're gonna change this to white. Yeah, I know it says white in the background right now, but don't worry about that. We're not too concerned. So most people are gonna start off with a disc, like so, the color wheel. So when you do this and then try and get yourself a white, it's not the pure white. So what you want to do is go to value. You can see here where it says 95%. You want to turn that to 100%, and then just make sure all these are over as well, because that'll give you full pure white. Color drop it. Mr. Ducky will disappear. You want to move this underneath. I mean, you could just pinch them together because then it'll be done, but I always put it underneath so it pinches correctly, because I think if you do it the other way, the white goes on top of the black, and then you won't be able to see anything. So make sure you put your white layer underneath your duck. Ducky will come back again. You should have a white and a black now. You're going to 3-finger swipe down, and now you're going to press copy. Okay, and you're going to go to your brushes. Now at the top, you're going to press brush library, and then you're going to write in whatever you want. Yeah, so duck stamps like I have. So just like so. I'm going to get rid of this brush so you see what happens. So duck stamps, you're in the brush library, you're going to press the plus sign, excuse me, at the top, and that will give you a brand new brush. We're going to go through all the settings here, but for now we just want shape. You're going to press edit, import, paste. Your duck should show up. Then you're going to press 2 fingers to turn it black to white. Okay, so inverted. And then you're going to press done. Okay, you're going to go up to stroke path, and you're going to put spacing all the way to max, so it separates your ducks. Now you can see it has different opacities right now, but don't worry, we're going to get to that in a second. Okay, taper, you're going to turn tip animation off. If link tip sizes were on, you're going to turn that off as well, but more than likely it gives you a standard brush when you want to create something, so you can just leave this. Shape will be your duck. You're just going to leave this like so. Okay, turn that down, so it should be basically 1, shouldn't be anything touched on there, should be all good. Grain you're going to leave as blank white, and all the settings are same. Rendering, everything's going to stay same. Wet mix going to stay the same. Color dynamics, if you want to change, you know, how like have different colors for the duck, yeah, so every time you touch it a different color, just turn on your hue and saturation like so, and it will do different colors of the color wheel. So if you go max, it'll give you like every single color of the rainbow. Yeah, so you can do different colors if you so wish, up to you. But just for this tutorial, we're going to keep that zeroed out. Dynamics, leave the same. Apple Pencil, now this is where you need to change your opacity. So you can tell when you touch this, the duck is like different shades of white, light, because of the opacity. So what you want to do is turn that completely down. So now all the settings should be good. You can leave tilt at 9% or 0, it's up to you. Okay, but this part, the opacity, this needs to be turned down if you want a pure white every time you touch it, so you can change it to different colors, and it doesn't have a different opacity. Properties, so you can clear your drawing pad, and then use a tap once, and then I put your little ducky max size up, and then orient to screen I usually leave on so that it's always upright, whichever way I have portrait or landscape, and then use stamp preview so you can see it. And then preview you probably want to turn down a little bit because you've just maximized this, but we'll find out in a second. Okay, then you're going to name your brush. So press on the untitled brush, Mr. Duck. Okay, then you can press done. Who it was done by. And then you can sign as well if you so wish. And then you're going to press done. So now Mr. Duck is in my duck stamps. Yeah. Now I made a mistake in the other tutorial, which is why I had to delete that one, is because I was still in my inking one and the duck was in this particular one. So make sure wherever you want to put Mr. Duck, that you want to make sure it's in the one you want to put it in, or you can move it, you know, you can just hold it, drag it into one of these, and you can add it, so it's not too much of a big deal. But for this one I had to do it all over again. So Mr. Duck is all ready to go. Let's add this, delete this one, put the background back in. Let's choose a different color and then make sure we're on Mr. Duck, which we are. There's Mr. Duck. And then you can change all different colors and do however you want. Now, the reason I said about opacity is, I'll show you. If I go into Apple Pencil and I change my opacity, now when I tap, it's a lighter green. And it's a little bit transparent. So there lies a little bit of a problem. So you can do that and change your brush however you want. It's up to you, but if you want it like full color, you need to make sure that you turn in Apple Pencil, turn the opacity completely off. Okay? The only other thing I was going to say is if you draw multiple ducks, so another duck but a different way, and you like the settings you have now, a quick tip, which is always good, is just go to the original one that you did and duplicate it. Okay, so now when you click into here, all you need to do, because all these settings are going to be what you want because you've already done it, all you need to do is go into shape and edit your shape, but everything else will stay the same. So that'll make life so much easier if you're doing different variations of the duck, or you know, I suppose one good one be trees, snowflakes, those kind of things. If you're doing like multiples of the same kind of thing, like i.e. a tree, but want to do different trees but want to keep the same settings on your brush, then that's going to be perfect for you. You don't have to go through each setting every time. You can just duplicate your original one and then you're good to go. Alright guys, hopefully that was helpful. We'll see you on the next tutorial. Once again, please make sure you subscribe and the usual fun stuff. Thank you for watching and we'll see you on the next one.